20th of April might not be an official holiday on anyone's calendar, commemorate any great important event in history, or honor a saint. But for a large number of people spread throughout the world, it represents a sort of Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and 4th of July all rolled into one. Since getting my medical marijuana recommendation a few years ago, I've realized that 420 also has an element of Black Friday in it. I started getting emails and tweets from all the local dispensaries in the days leading up to the 20th, with pretty much all of them giving away various cannabis accoutrements, samples of oils, and pre-rolled joints. There were also impossible to believe deals. The Spark Collective was selling $130 ounces, so I texted my friend Jacob and we agreed we'd split one. It was a near perfect day in San Francisco, blue cloudless skies and 70 degrees with a breeze. I was torn between wanting to get there early enough for the giveaways and deals, but not wanting to get there so early that I had to wait in a long line. I arrived around 10:30 and found about 30 people waiting outside. It took about 20 minutes to get in the front door. The woman checking IDs at the door told me they opened at 9 and the line was all the way around the block to Market Street. Once inside, I waited another 30 minutes, during which a jazz trio played Herbie Hancock and a lady walked around handing out free edibles from a tray like at a fancy party. I got the $130 ounce as well as a free jar of keef and a spark emblazoned lighter. I made my way over to Jacob's house near Haight-Ashbury and rolled a couple of joints to take to the park. Everyone on the street were already indulging themselves in the pleasures of the day. 420 fell on a Saturday this year and it was noticeably a lot more crowded than in years past. It was an eclectic group of people of all cultural persuasions. Rap played next to rock, young people smoked with old people, and the Capulets got high with the Montagues. Trying to get anywhere through this part of the park was difficult, so we grabbed the first patch of grass we could find and took a seat. I lit up a joint and we basked in the sunshine. As we sat there, strangers passed us joints, and we passed strangers' joints. We ended up making friends with a couple of kids in their early 20s that were from the same part of the East Bay as me. As 4:20 p.m. approached, everyone stood and began to cheer loudly as they readied their lighters, joints, and pipes. As everyone lit up, the collective cloud of pot smoke was almost as thick as the fog that rolls through here off the ocean, the sight of which was worth the attendance alone. As it struck 4:20, there were so many joints and pipes being passed around that every couple of seconds I'd be passed 2 at a time from different people, and I'd stare confused, trying to figure out how I was going to hit both of them at the same time. After a few minutes, Jacob and I sat back down and zoned out, staring blankly ahead at the legs and feet of the masses as they scattered in all directions. I said to Jacob that they reminded me of schools of fish, moving together in unison, all in the same direction, before all at once deciding at the exact same time to move in a complete other direction entirely, and all understanding of each other's intentions on a subconscious level. Jacob pointed out that we might never again have the chance in our lives to experience sitting in the middle of a crowded park with thousands of people swarming just inches around us, and having absolutely none of them notice us at all. There are times when you are so high that you don't even think you're even the slightest bit high. And at this point, I think Jacob and I both believed ourselves to be as straight and clear-minded as the mind could possibly be. But when we realized we'd just spent 20 minutes staring expressionless at flocks of legs, and just having smoked probably an eighth of weed in the space of 5 minutes, we came to realize that we were probably as stoned as we'd ever been in our whole entire lives.